It was supposed to be their last night in Florida, a quiet sunset cruise before heading home. June 1st, 1989, a mother and her two teenage daughters step onto a small blue and white boat and vanish. 3 days later, a sailboat drifting under the Skyway Bridge spots something floating. At first, they think it's debris. Then they see it. A woman's body, bound, gagged, and weighed down by concrete. She's not alone.
Joe Rogers, 36. A dairy farmer's wife from Van Wert County, Ohio. Michelle, 17, bright, sunburned, and already dreaming of college. Christe, 14, shy, funny, obsessed with roller coasters. It's their first real family vacation. Disney World, SeaWorld, Busch Gardens. A week of sunshine after years of hard work on the farm. But these photos, meant for a family album, will become evidence. The last roll of film captures a Florida sunset minutes before everything went wrong. When the Rogers women don't return home, Joe's husband, Hal, panics. He calls, he waits. He even hires a plane to search the Florida highways from above. But his family is already gone. A week later, a housekeeper finally speaks up. Room 251 at the Tampa Bay's Inn hasn't been touched since check-in. Beds perfectly made, towels unused, makeup still on the counter. It's like time froze on June 1st. Fingerprints on a tube of toothpaste confirm the nightmare. The 3 bodies pulled from Tampa Bay belong to Joe, Michelle, and Christe Rogers. Their car is found miles away, parked by the Courtney Campbell Causeway. Inside, detectives find 2 things that change everything. A sheet of motel stationery with Joe's handwriting, directions to a boat ramp, and another note, scribbled by someone else. 2 words stand out. Blue with white. A boat. Whoever wrote that note met them that night.
2 weeks before the murders, another woman meets a man at a Florida convenience store. He calls himself Dave. Charming, polite, the kind of man who makes you feel safe. He invites her on a boat ride. The next day, under a burning Florida sun, the charm disappears. He attacks her, duct tape in hand. She escapes, barely. Her description is hauntingly familiar. A blue and white boat, a smooth talker who likes sunset cruises. For the first time, detectives have a face, a sketch. It's everywhere, but no one recognizes him.
The similarities are impossible to ignore. Both met their killer in public. Both were lured to the water at sunset. Both were tied and gagged, but only one lived to tell the story. The FBI's behavioral unit steps in. Their profile is chilling. This man plans his attacks. He fantasizes about multiple victims, and he wants to watch them suffer. He isn't a drifter. He owns a boat. He knows these waters. The killer lives in Tampa Bay. Detectives search tirelessly. Every marina, every dock, every mechanic who's seen a blue and white boat. Nothing. Then a neighbor remembers something. When the police sketch first aired on TV, she thought it looked just like the man next door, Oba Chandler,
a 43-year-old aluminum siding contractor, lives on a canal, owns a blue and white bayliner. She told a deputy. No one followed up. The lead dies quietly, like the voices of 3 women beneath the waves.
3 years pass. No answers. The Rogers case turns cold until one detective tries something radical. He enlarges the killer's handwriting from that note in the Rogers car and puts it on 5 billboards across Florida. A desperate gamble. Within 24 hours, the phone rings. A local business owner recognizes the handwriting from work orders. The same loops, the same letters. The suspect's name, Oba Chandler.
To neighbors, Oba Chandler was a family man, friendly, quiet, helpful. But behind the easy smile was a lifetime of violence, theft, assault, kidnapping, armed robbery, 8 marriages, 8 children. A man who could charm you in the daylight and terrify you by night. When questioned, Oba admits he met the Rogers women. He even wrote the directions in their car. But he swears he just helped them find their hotel. Phone records tell another story, placing him near the murder site that same night. He says his boat broke down. He says he's innocent. He always says he's innocent.
The trial begins in 1994. The jury sees the Canadian survivor's testimony, the handwriting match, and the timeline. They hear from Oba's own daughter, who remembers him showing up at her door, saying, "Police are after me for killing some women." When the verdict comes, it takes just 5 minutes. Guilty. The women on the jury cry before they speak. They ask the judge for 1 more hour to pray. Then they sentence him to death.
November 15th, 2011. After 2 decades on death row, Oba Chandler faces execution. He refuses to speak. Instead, he hands guards a handwritten note. "You are killing an innocent man today." Even in his final breath, another lie. Moments later, the state of Florida declares him dead. But the story doesn't end there. 3 years later, DNA from an old rape kit links him to another murder. A 20-year-old woman named Ivalis Berrios Bieres. Same pattern, same violence, same signature. The bay looks peaceful again. Boats drift by, children laugh on the shore. No one can tell that beneath this beauty, the water still holds echoes of that night. The Rogers family came to Florida chasing sunshine. They found darkness instead. And in the end, it took the light of a billboard, not a badge, to bring that darkness into view.